All right, guys. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the No Caf Podcast, where we choose to talk about what the fuck we want to talk about. So, I am Henry. I am the host of the show, and I have Quan, the co-host. Today, joining us will be our very first special guest on the show, Mr. Alec. He is the founder of and the current president of EduBeyond. It is a non-profit tutoring initiative aimed to reduce the educational disparity for students across the world. He is joining us today on the No Caf Podcast.
Hello, right. Alec. Welcome.
Hello, Alec. Round of applause for Alec.
Good intro.
Great intro. I wrote it myself. I know. All right.
What's up, man?
All right. So for our first question, I would like to tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce you to the audience, like your hobbies, interests, and all kinds of stuff. Take it away, bro.
Oh yeah, basically just grade 11 in Vancouver, going to grade 12, and I don't know, hobby. I guess I paddle for fun. I guess yeah. So I think it's a international comp team, and sometimes we do some competitions outside of Canada. But yeah, basically study and paddle. That's all I do.
Damn, Mr. Worldwide. God damn.
Jesus.
Okay.
Stop flexing on me.
All right. So I know you from Quan. Can you guys, one of you guys tell us about how you guys got to know each other? And Quan is, he's also working as a member for EduBeyond. So how do you guys get to know each other and working with each other?
We can start with you, and then maybe I'll say my perspective.
Okay.
And
yeah. So basically, I came to Quan's old school after he left, so I never actually met him in person. So basically, what happened was his friends had a Discord chat, and then basically from there, talked a few times on Discord, and then when I started the tutoring thing, I basically asked everybody in there if they wanted to be a tutor, and then Quan helped with the early physics classes, I think. So yeah, that's basically how it happened.
You, Quan? What's your side of it?
I mean, it's probably the same. Cause I got to meet a lot of new people. Well, it's not really meeting, but I got to know a lot of new people who came to my school after I left, and Alec was one of those people. And he, when he decided to start the EduBeyond initiative, he asked me if I wanted to be one of the tutors, and I said, "Why the fuck not?" So yeah, I just had to help him very early. Unlike other people. No shade.
No shade.
There were other people who didn't want to help, but no shade. But yeah, so that's pretty much how it started, and then yeah.
And now we here on the No Caf Podcast, the best podcast made by students.
Who would have thought?
Right? Who would have thought? Yeah. So to the audience, the way I get to meet Alec was through Quan, because we wanted to have a guest on the show. And no shades to our friends, but y'all kind of boring. No shades. Y'all kind of boring. You got nothing going on. So I wanted to have an interesting guest where he does other things that's not school. So you came to mind since I got to know that Quan was working with you. So yeah, and now we're here. All right. To start off, the second question. I mean, the second question of the podcast would be what was your motivation behind EduBeyond? What was your the pushing force that made you to start it, to start tutoring students around the world?
Okay. Originally, I never had I didn't think about the international aspect. It was just I had a tutoring program where I just go to elementary schools and I just teach them. Yeah, but basically that thing got shut down because of COVID. And then I just
Jesus.
Yeah, I just had a shit ton of time, right? It's I don't know, 3 hours a day, just me sitting around. Yeah, so basically just got a bunch of people, paired all those programs together kind of. So got a lot of students to kickstart the whole thing. And then I think why I went international is because I happen to know this guy who he's on the national curling team for Taiwan. And then basically he met people from all over the place. And that's how we kind of got these international branches started.
Ah, okay. Mr. Worldwide, I see. Connections.
Damn.
Now that's how you start business, y'all. You gotta have connections.
Yeah.
All right, that was pretty cool.
All right. So, what was the beginning for your organization? I mean, I kind of know what it was kind of but I don't know as much as you do. So
okay.
that's what.
In the beginning, it was pretty sad. I wanted like
How so? Tell us. Why was it so?
I
Why
wanted
was it
to
sad?
teach like summer
was it
school students,
sad?
right? So I
Uh-huh.
got like VSB. I got like 20 teachers. Like I
Oh,
emailed every
okay.
single one, right? And I got like 3 responses back.
There's no
And 2 of them were like, nah, fuck you. That's the only one is like, oh, like I'll see.
shit.
Like yeah, basically that's how like we got like I think
Damn, bro.
only
That's
one
how
teacher.
you know your friends are real or not, bro. They just
Yeah,
ditch
yeah.
your ass. Jesus.
Yikes.
God damn, that's
So
unfortunate.
you
Alright.
pretty much talked to 20 teachers. Only 3 responded, but they were all like they didn't want to be a part of your thing, or
Yeah, only one of them was like, yeah. But the other
Damn.
2 were like, one was like, oh, I'll share it later. The other one's like, nah, it's okay. So it's like that was sad. But
Damn, teaching.
damn.
Damn.
I think we
That's
got most
actually
students just by
tragic.
like talking to our friends. That's basically it.
Oh.
I mean, that's okay.
I respect that you
Connections.
I respect that you keep it going even though you were made with such a fucking cold face by your teachers. You know, your teachers just say you know what, helping students, fuck that shit. I got paid enough. I don't care. All right, and you just keep
No,
going with it. I really respect that.
It's good to I guess try to at least talk to like teachers, or at least try to like use all the connections that you have, even if they say no anyways, just because like you never know, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean,
How about you,
yeah.
Juan? What was the beginning like? Because you already you was there at
The
the
beginning
too,
was
right?
like the beginning felt really bumpy, honestly. Like in my opinion, it seemed really bumpy just because we had like a lot of tutors, but I felt like maybe the number of students didn't really like you didn't need that many tutors probably.
Yeah.
So it just felt like people who were just in there weren't really doing anything, and like there were conflicts and stuff with another tutoring service.
Competition.
I don't know if you want to talk about that, Alec, but yeah.
I mean,
At the
if you
beginning,
feel
it
like talking
felt-
about it, you can go into it too. Like
it-
that's
it-
content.
Yeah,
I
no,
think after we got over that, over that, it just took off, and it, like Alex said, we started to get a lot more people because we were talking to our friends and stuff, and then the big moves started coming in, CBC, Vancouver, other things like that. It's just
we get them
no,
W's.
I think right now is from my perspective, looking in from like an external point of view, I think it's going pretty well.
So what was the conflict between you and another touring program? I want to hear about that. That sounds exciting. That sounds like fucking content. You clap their ass, I bet. All right, let's go. Let's go.
It's not that deep. It's not that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
do you want to talk about it?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Do you
I
think
like-
I'll
take
just
it away,
yeah.
bro.
I won't say
Yeah.
names because
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
we
Don't do that.
have to
Don't do that.
say
Don't do
names.
that.
We
Don't do
don't
that.
have to say
I don't want to
I
get
would-
whooped next time I go to school. But
You don't
basically,
say that. Yeah.
yeah. So it was like 2 people started the same thing, and
Oh.
then yeah. So it was like kind of bad because like there was this one person, not gonna name names, but you know who you are. Basically, he was working for like 2 of us at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Fucking
it's like-
double agent.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah, okay,
shit.
I know this.
Yeah, so basically that I think like it was less about like us doing the same thing. It's more about like this one guy's like tutoring for us and tutoring for them. So it's kind of like all the fuck's happening. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah,
I think that was good,
he was
though.
not
Pretty good.
being transparent about it.
It's just really really hard because like when you kind of know each other, and like also like for example, like it's like for the podcast I kind of feel the same way because like me and Alec know like 2 other people who also started a podcast, right? And like the date,
Yeah,
like
I
the
think-
release date is just like really close to each other, so it kind of looks like we're like I don't want to really look like I'm copying someone else, and like the timing just looks like really shitty. So I think it's like the same thing with like EduBeyond because like you have like the idea and you want to start it, but then like you don't really get it started until like later, and then like someone decides to like do the same thing as you, but then they think you're like trying to copy each other, and it's just like when you know each other and you're like friends and stuff, it's kind of awkward.
I mean,
So-
I don't think it's that awkward because like
No,
at
it
the end-
was pretty awkward.
It was like
Really?
for,
I
It
mean,
was pretty awkward for a
you
bit.
because it's your friend, but like if I can see how that could be awkward, but
Like the thing is, you don't
Yeah.
you don't really know like those people who also started the podcast. So for you,
Mm.
it's just like you don't know anybody who is doing their own podcast, but like
Yeah.
I do, right? So for me, it's just like it's kind of awkward,
Mhm.
but it's okay. It's okay. I don't think like it's all calm. So
Nah,
Okay.
we move.
we move.
Yeah.
Yeah, we move.
Move on. Okay. That was pretty interesting. So, I wanted to ask you about like the recruiting process, like how you get people to tutor other people, and like, like how do you know if they're qualified enough? Because
Okay.
like you don't want a person who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to teach other people, This is like
Yeah.
a fuck
Uh,
train of just people not
yeah.
understanding anything. Okay,
So like basically, so right now like most of the tutors are like people I know. So like I go to school with them. We're
I
like
see.
so like we have branches in other places, like other provinces, other countries. So like all the people that start off are like people that are close with like the original manager. So like so from that we get like a general idea of how good they are. But like there are some people like from Indonesia or India that
Mm-hmm.
basically came through like just through our website. I don't know how they found it, but we're number 2
They
on
got
Google.
through.
So,
They got through.
so yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so for those we do like an interview, basically just for like the grades and whatnot, stuff like that.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So apparently, Quan has company down there, and he seems to be really flustered. Like people just start coming down. Like his house having like what do you call it? Renovation? Yeah,
Yeah.
renovation. And so like, he's gonna stop talking for a bit. So it's just me and Alec for now. All right. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. But so you so other people from other provinces ask you to join them, but like how could you trust them? Like how would you trust them to be able to like, do their job and like, don't ruin your reputation as a tutoring what do you call it, service?
Yeah, I
How do
think
you do that?
for that we keep like a very close eye, basically just like babysitting them, like every step of the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the original people, give a plug right now. It's like a program called Shad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if yeah, so that one like yeah, they got canceled because of COVID. Fuck. So that's what it was.
Yeah, COVID just
Yeah,
fucked
but
everything up.
basically like yeah, my friend last year went to Shad and they found like those people that I don't know, Newfoundland, Saskatchewan, whatnot. So like, they already know each other pretty well. So we basically just like I guess like it's the same for like all the provinces and US, right? So it's like we try to get them to model the way they do it after us, and then we kind of like help them every step of the way to see how it goes.
I see. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, because I was wondering, how do you keep the quality? Because like you're just accepting
Yeah.
people, right? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense actually. So another thing. So I've never, no shade, but like I've never used EduBeyond because like I don't think I need it. But I want to know like how do you manage to like set up like each tutoring session? Like do the tutors set it up themselves, or like the students and the tutors like set up their own time for it to work? Like how's the system works?
Okay. Okay. Basically, the forums they have like you say like the courses you want to learn, and then like the dates that you're available.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we have like a database of like all the student info and a similar
Okay.
database with all the tutor info. So just play like matchmaker, right? Like the subjects similarities and time similarities. And then sometimes we have like people in Taiwan that want to learn English. So that one is a bit harder because we need to get people like in Vancouver
Time
or
zone
NA.
difference and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you manage all of it yourself, or do you have another person managing it? It seems like a
For
lot of work for like to mix and match like a lot of other time zones and that kind of stuff.
So like recently, like I got one. We're doing some recruiting. So if you wanna join,
Yeah.
apply.
Hit up
Apply at the
EduBeyond.
Instagram.
Apply right now. How about
Yeah.
EduBeyond?
So yeah, basically I recruited some logistics people to help me with that. But like I
Mhm.
think all the way up to late July. Yeah, it was mostly me. Till late July doing logistics. Yeah, it's just, like,
Damn.
not a lot of people, right? So
Okay. It's not that bad because like I could imagine it getting like very like overhand because like imagine if there's like 100 other different people and then you have a certain amount of tutors that can go only for like a certain amount of time. You gotta mix and match all of them. It's like it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It seems like a lot of work to me. Yeah. Okay. So like, well, how was it like to be fucking featured on CBC Vancouver? Like, how did it affect EduBeyond after getting all that clout? The amount of clout that you could flex, that you can flex on other people so hard. You get like the tutoring program, be like, yo, we just made one. You be like,
I think he understands the question.
oh my god, I
need
can
to,
imagine like you just posting it on Instagram and they're like, it gives you recognition. It gives you like this like. It just makes you more official. Yeah, it just makes you more official.
Yeah, for sure. I think yeah, like like the fact that like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how the fuck I got it. Like if I'm being honest with you, because it was I sent it to like I sent it to
Really?
like 15 news outlets, right? Like
Oh,
some of them are like I never even heard of them, but I just like I searched up like a list of like Vancouver news outlets, and there was like a few. I'm like, okay, those like sound pretty cool, so I'm gonna like write an email.
oh.
Yeah, so
Wait,
basically like I sent CBC. I was like, oh, there's like no way I'm gonna get it, but I'll just like try. Why not, right? I was like jokes.
holy shit.
And then yeah, that was the only one that nobody else responded to me. And that was the only one I got.
Hey, that's why you always take your chances.
You only need one. You only need one.
Yeah.
You only need one. You
Yeah.
only need one. You only need
Shoot your
one.
shot. Shoot your shot.
Yep. So
Would
how?
you say that was like the turning point for like EduBeyond?
Do you think so?
Okay, I think in terms of like pure like student recruitment and stuff like that, the numbers like didn't change that much. But I think what really changed is like people around us started like taking it more seriously. I think because like
Yeah,
before
that's true.
they were like,
That's
oh
the
yeah, it's just like some tutoring thing. It's like pretty shitty. Like I don't want to be a part of
That's
it.
what
right?
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Yeah.
the recognition that you get.
Yeah.
From
At the
CBC.
beginning, like not that many people wanted to join, and like the people who wanted to join was just doing it for like
Resume padding.
probably most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now people actually want to join because it's like
Better
It's
resume
legit.
padding.
It seems
it's
legit.
better resume
It's
padding.
better resumes. It used to be good, but now it's even better. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
that's
was
fair.
yeah. That's
Mhm.
when I knew like I was like damn, let's get this guy on because it seems pretty legit too. Like the moment I saw him, like
Yeah.
I think for me, like when I realized it was legit, is it okay? This is gonna be like really really. It might sound really like fucking. I don't know.
no,
like,
Quan,
I'm
just be real. Just be real.
But
Be
like
transparent. bro.
honestly, even at the beginning when he started, because like I already knew Alec by that point, and I was like, okay, Alec is like, he's like pretty fucking okay. Out of everyone we know, I haven't told Alec this yet, so it's like the first time I'm saying this,
Oh
but
my
Oh,
god.
out of like everyone I know, right, I
Quan
think
broke
Alec
his
is
heart?
probably-
Question mark? Question mark?
No. Alec is probably one of like the most like hardworking person out of like everyone I know.
Thank you.
Like so like when he said he was gonna start it, I was like he like with because I know how hard he was probably gonna like if he started it meant he's probably gonna put a lot of work into it. I was like this can go pretty far. I mean like obviously I didn't know how far it could actually go, but I thought like we could like he could do something pretty decent, right? So I thought like at the beginning I was already like okay, I think this is like it wasn't a bad idea for me to join. And like when he made the website and he showed me the website, that's when I actually knew like that was the moment for me where I was like, okay, this shit's like pretty legit. As it wasn't even yeah, the website is pretty nice. Like I mean, edubeyond.org,
EduBeyond.org.
Yeah,
Visit it for
EduBeyond,
extra tutoring
right?
services.
right? Like so like the website's like really nice. And I was like, okay, like, this to me showed that it was pretty legit. I don't know like anyone else who I mean like honestly like social bubble wise like I don't know that many people who actually started something and actually carried it like that far.
Me.
Could be because like all of our friends are like pretty
It's
fucking
me.
boring.
It's literally
No.
me. Okay.
Like-
all right. It will become like that. All right.
Hopefully this podcast do okay. I don't know like honestly, but like the thing is like I don't care,
guys,
right?
press
I think-
like and subscribe. Visit our
No.
Instagram at the
That's-
podcast.
Hey, I believe in free will, like you can do whatever you want. But like I'm just saying like whenever you start it, it's like the right mindset. It's like don't start it because you want like because you care about the numbers, right? Start it because you see that there's like either it's something that you just enjoy doing. For example, for us, it's because we just wanted to do, we just wanted to do something fun. So we decided to start a podcast. Or if you think there's like a problem and like you think you can like problem within your own community and you think you can like you can help by like solving it. For example, like EduBeyond started out with just like most of the students were just students within Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
But now like you have students like across the fucking world. So it's just that it's like you started with the right mindset and then you work hard and then you can carry it pretty far is what I think.
Dude, Alec just got the biggest ego boost of his life, dude. Holy shit.
honestly no shade. Like for me the biggest ego boost just to go see like what other people that I know are doing and then that would just give me the
okay, Quan. But that's nice. It's like just look at like the amount of people you have affected. Like you help people across the globe. Like that's how cool is that? That's just crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty,
you think about
it's pretty sick. It's pretty
It's
sick.
actually really sick. All right. So, so like, how will you balance your private life, your school life, and the service in the upcoming semester? Because school is almost, school is gonna start soon, right? So how are you gonna, are you planning on like reducing the amount of time you're spending on like the service, or like how's the balancing gonna go with your school life, private life, and like your service and stuff?
Yeah, I think I think online school is to me, like, it's a lot easier than, like, I don't want to go back to school. Like, let me make that clear. Like, I just want to stay home and just like do the online. Come on, man. Like like I don't know, man. Like online school, physical school, like wastes so much time, right? Like going back to school and back, it's like 30
That
minutes.
is really.
And then it's like intermission between classes. Teacher, like someone's late, you can't start classes. Like waste like a couple of hours. I swear, just like right? It's like online school is like an hour. Exactly, like it's an hour, and I just like do whatever I want. Like I can pre-study, I can go ahead. Doesn't matter. It's like I don't know. I think it's better.
So how does that help you?
I'm gonna have to disagree with that, but we moved,
Okay, fine.
No, come on.
No,
Say your piece. Say your piece, bro. Come on, say your piece.
Dude,
come on, say it.
I fucking hate online school, dude. Like, no, like okay, I can agree with the fact that online school is easy as shit. Like, it's actually really easy.
True.
Because you don't even need to try. Like dude, if you talk about like normal school, like you don't need to try. No, online school, you don't need to try for shit. Like you don't go to class at all. All right, most people don't even go to class. Most people don't even do homework. You can call it homework, but it's not really homework. Most people don't even do like assignments and shit. Like they go on a test, they get like 100%. Like, dude, you really don't need to try. And like, okay, obviously I'm not framing anyone for like cheating or anything. But it's
really easy to cheat.
Dude,
it's so
easy to cheat.
Like,
and like, okay, for me it's like, if you want to do that, like if you think it's a lot easier for you to do well in online school, then go for it. Like, because like I would say, like, doing tests, the environment at home, doing a test at home is a lot easier. But like when I'm at home, dude, home is not a place of studying for me. Like, I don't know,
agree with that.
You can call it homework, like you're supposed to do at home, but like, dude, I do my homework in the library. Like I go to the library to do my work, so that when I get home I don't have to do homework, like, or anything school related, so I can focus on other things, right? So for me, it's like online school was like, yeah, exactly. So like for me, like online school was, it was easy, but I just saw like the learning experience for me was just like not there. And like, not saying that like I'm interested in like fucking like all these subjects or anything, but like I'm just saying, like, if I'm gonna be learning it, like I might as well actually like get something out of it, instead of just like, oh, I'm just gonna learn this for the sake of getting a good mark and then that's it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know.
I have to agree with Kwang with this one, because I'm a really social person. I work really well with other people, and I enjoy like the presence of other people around me. I really miss like hanging out with other people, and like like the classroom environment is also like pretty cool. I get to like banter with like my friends and like the teacher, and to me that just makes it just makes life a lot more enjoyable, I guess. Because like when I'm at home, I get really bored really fast, so I start playing video games. And then after I play video games, I feel so bad because I haven't done any work, and it's just like a really sad cycle if this shit keeps going on. So like I love like going back to school, because it's just I just miss the social.
I think me and Alec talked
yeah.
about this, because it's like it really depends on the person at the end of the day. It's because like you have like a mindset where you're like pretty motivated to do your work, then like online school is probably gonna be a lot more beneficial, because like not only are you gonna have an easier time with everything, like you're gonna have a lot more time to do like everything that you want. But for certain people, it's like if they don't really do anything besides school, then and they don't really, and then I just say like, just go to school. I don't know.
A lot of like I think a lot of people are motivated to do work since they're in school. It doesn't give them
I think
it doesn't give them like a leeway to just not do it because they're in class. They're kind of forced to, right?
Like,
so because like at home, if you don't like the class, all F4, turn on the game and you start going. Like it's a lot more self-control at home. But I can see what you're coming from though. You have to be on task.
Not saying that I'm not like self-disciplined or anything, but I just feel like I need that like the thing is, we can always go back to online school if we don't feel comfortable at school. So like I'm really only going back to like see what it's like. And if like I don't like it at all, then like I can always just go home, So like I think like I'm really flexible with it, because I don't know, like when you're at school and like all of your tests and quizzes are in school, studying gives you it gives you an incentive to study, right?
Yeah,
So
it really does.
yeah, when you're at home and like you can feel like you can just look up your notes when you're doing your test or something, like it pretty much like you don't have the incentive to go to class or study unless if you're like one of the people who are like pretty motivated and dedicated and everything. So yeah, like at this point I'm just like experimenting because like I know like I'll do fine regardless of online school or in person. So I just want to see like which one is best, I guess.
Yeah.
But I can see where you're coming from though, because like going to school is really like you waste a lot of
Yeah.
time going to school.
Like I know
Like for me to
people
get to
who
school, it takes like 30 minutes on like
Yeah.
public transit. So
yeah.
it is a really
Yeah, because like, I know
waste a lot
people
of
who
time.
like live even like really close to school and they still want to stay at home. So like I
Yeah.
definitely understand why people want to stay at home because they feel like going to school like there's just so many like factors that ends up taking time out of your day like by just like you're just wasting it and then like that kind of adds up over time. So that's why people don't like people feel like oh they can just wake up, spend like 20 minutes like washing up and whatever and they can get into like whatever they want to do
Yeah.
like right away without like interruptions and whatnot. So like yeah, like I do see that online like doing everything at home is it can be a lot more efficient, but for some people it's just like if they don't feel like the need to do it, they're probably not going to do it because we're in high school and some people just don't. Yeah, some people are
Want to
just
do well.
lazy.
They just don't want to
Some,
do well in school.
Yeah.
it's not that they don't want to do well. It's like a lot of
They
people
don't
want
want
to
to
do
put the
well.
effort into doing
Yeah,
well.
they don't want to
Like
put
they
the
don't want to
effort
put the
in.
effort into doing well.
No shade,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of people like that. So
Yeah.
That is why you need EduBeyond to help you out with your studies. Please visit edubeyond.org for tutoring.
no, but like yeah, seriously though, like the service is like really flexible because
Yeah.
usually most of the time like the students can come up with like whenever they're available, like whenever they're free to have the meeting, and like the tutors are pretty nice. I like to think.
I mean, you
Shout
don't
out
know
to
most of
Clark.
them.
I know some of them, and they're like I think everyone there are pretty at least they're pretty qualified to teach the subject they're teaching. So, and also if you ever have problems, you can always get a new tutor. So it's like
Yeah.
I feel like the service is really flexible into suiting you as a student, I guess. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Next question. So, uh, I guess I kind of want to talk about like the future of EduBeyond. So like, what do you have planned for EduBeyond like after you graduate high school and stuff?
Okay, yeah. So that's a good question. So right now, like, I have a few people that are coming up to grade 11. So I'm like, as I do all of this, I'm like slowly constructing the future team in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pass it on
Yeah, for sure.
students.
So
Okay.
it just depends on like, because I give them like certain tasks, so I want to see how they do with it first, and then kind of decide. Like, I think after December, so like after uni apps, I'll either be like really depressed or really sad. And then it'll affect my decision making, but I'll see. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's not really.
Yeah, because like, what if it grows really big? Like, I assume you want to stick to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
in some way or another, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
like, you don't like it's like you're not completely handing it over. Like, you still want to be a part of like the the decision making process and stuff. But like, you
most of the work is gonna
want to have
be
to.
your like other students. That's gonna be in the school, right?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I can see like that is like a really sustainable way of doing it because you don't know how much workload you're gonna have in uni. So like you don't want to like take over the responsibility of like taking care of the whole like the org itself, right? So you wanted to pass it on so like it equals out the workload for you and for the for the upcoming students, right? Because they also can do something else to help out students. So that's like a good thing. That's like a win-win for both of you. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's a good thing.
So, Alec, are you what are you interested in? Like, what are you interested in? Like in the in doing in the future, like career wise or career guys or anything? Yeah.
Like just like uni or like.
I mean, like, what do you want to study?
Yeah, what do you want to?
Like, what do you want to do after? Like anything.
Okay, I think it depends on like because I don't know. I'm still not entirely like sure if I want to go outside Canada. It's like maybe US, but like Trump. Yeah, so I
that
don't know,
border
but,
ain't gonna go, baby.
yeah, so depends how that goes, right? But like, yeah. But if I stay in Canada, I'll for sure be doing something engineering related, I would say.
Oh, me too, brother. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
What kind of
yeah.
engineering?
Dude, these STEM people, man. God damn.
Yo,
I hate-
engineering is fun, man. Making stuff better is fun. So since we're talking about career and future path and all that kind of stuff, I'm personally interested in becoming like either a computer engineer or a mechanical engineering, because I'm really interested into like cars and mechanics. Also, like I'm also really interested into like building computers and like making them better and working for like computer engineering companies, because it seems like something that I would like to spend my time into doing in the future. So
Yeah.
what kind of engineering are you interested into?
I think okay. When I was in grade 9, I think I was like, oh yeah, I want to be a software engineer.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think like two things. A, like my comp sci skills is like sus. I'm not that good. I'm
Me
not
too, bro.
that
Me too. Me
Same,
too, bro.
dude.
Me too, bro. Me
Same.
too.
So I'm not that good. But like, I don't know. I think the stuff like in terms of like extracurriculars, most of the stuff I've done are like more related to mechanical. I think just be up to like physics Olympics, like building a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think the problem is like my ECs. They're not like targeted towards one single profession. I kind of just like did what I wanted to do, but that's what it
I
is.
think that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
But
the
like,
notion of like
it means that
building
you
a-
show that you're flexible. You can
Yeah.
go into different fields if you want to.
and
Like,
it
if
also
you
shows
ended
that
up
you're
on like
yeah.
oh,
It
you can
shows that you're like doing something that you actually like instead of like doing something just to fit that spike. Because a lot of people talk about building a spike, right? So like
Yeah.
like a specific interest, but I feel like if you do that, then you have to actually like commit through it. Like just having like ECs within that specific area doesn't really do anything unless if you like achieve like a really high level. Like if like unless if you don't achieve anything at a high level with that area, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's just like just do what like because at the end of the day, like they want to see what kind of person you are, right? Like as
Yeah.
a student, as a person, and like it's gonna do you a lot more good just by doing whatever you enjoy instead of just or whatever you're interested in rather than just something that you feel like could just benefit you, but like you don't really enjoy it. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like having a lot of like different variety is important because it gives you like options. Like, what happens if you don't like mechanical engineering? You could always switch to like another thing if you wanted to. It's not like you're locked into it because like you wouldn't know how. No one
Yeah.
knows until they actually do it, right? So it gives you options. That's what I think about it. Yeah.
Gotta
All
get
right.
my grades up though.
Hey, don't worry. You're doing a lot better than
Yeah,
most
you're doing a lot better than
most people that we know. Most people that we know,
Yeah.
Alec. Not like I mean I don't know other people. There are obviously a lot of people who are doing very well.
Mhm.
I think just yeah.
Just looking at your ECs, you're a very flexible person. There's a lot of like stuff you can do if you don't want mechanical engineering. So I think schools would really like that because they can see that you're a flexible person, and that's really important in like a professional setting. So
and also you're like a genuine person too, I guess in some sense, right? Because like I don't know, like I know a lot of people who go to study something like science related, but like none of their extracurriculars has anything to do with it.
yeah, they just do
So,
it
like,
for the sake of doing it.
So
Just
like
padding.
I feel like just do something that just do whatever you enjoy because like you'll have a lot easier of a time to talk about it, I guess, like in your interview or in your writing or whatever. Yeah, so advice, don't be a snake.
Yep.
Don't be a fake person. Don't be a
Yep.
fake person.
Don't be fake.
Don't
Always
join
be
something because you just want it on your your resume because
that's not helping because when you're trying to talk about it, you can't because you're actually not interested. All right. Anyways, so we have been asking Alec all kinds of questions, the whole time for like 30 some minutes. What do you want to ask us, Alec? Do you have any questions about us that you want to know?
Okay, yeah, for like how will you guys keep doing the podcast after you graduate?
I don't know. That's funny.
'cause
That's
that's a
depends
really
on
good question,
depends on if I like Henry, honestly.
Whoa,
down.
you're like
It
me, dude.
really depends if I like
Hey,
Henry
if
by
I
the
see
end
this
of
guy
it.
start staking, bro, like, get the fuck out of here.
New co-host.
New coast, kick this bitch ass house. Okay,
Hey,
no,
man,
for real
so-
though. I would like to, like, it seems like this seems like something I would like to do after high school even. But I wish to have like a more professional setting. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
when I watch podcasts, I think of Joe Rogan. Like that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Well,
right?
yeah,
So,
obviously, yeah.
I think of like a professional studio, right? So
Yeah.
after high school, it depends on like Quan, right? Because I'm probably gonna stay in Canada. I don't want to go to America because fuck that country, man. Anyways,
Hey, come on, yo, dude,
why are you insulting my home country, bro?
just saying, me and Alec don't agree with that. You know, we love America.
I don't know, man.
I'm
America's
a proud
sick.
American. Let's go.
Anyways, yeah, because I want to be in a professional setting with like a studio and stuff, and to do that, right, I need my co-host to be with me, you know, like it wouldn't work well if like Quan is like in another fucking country, you know, it just wouldn't work.
Or
So-
even in another city, I guess.
Yeah, or
right?
even in another city, like it wouldn't work. So we might need to sort it out this year.
It really depends on where we end up at the end of high
it
school.
depends. It depends on where we end up. So
Yeah.
I mean, no
I mean,
shade
like-
to Quan, but like if you leave, man, I might need to move on with you, bro.
New co-host hiring new
Yeah, I
co-host.
mean,
New co-host
honestly,
starring
I'm
that.
not even surprised. I mean, I think if I leave, then that means that I'm like pretty happy. If I'm able to leave, I think that would make me pretty happy. So
Yeah, I think.
No,
it
not in
is.
this. Yeah, because that means that I achieved what I want, I guess,
Yeah.
in a sense. But like even
So it
like,
depends. It depends.
it really depends on like even if I stay in Toronto, I think it really depends on like what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like out of it, just because like okay, like because I don't know, like my interests kind of change a lot of the time, so I might find making podcasts really interesting and fun now, right? But that can change in like a year.
Yeah.
So it really depends. Like maybe once I'm in university, maybe I want to focus into other things. Like maybe I just want to focus completely in like finance. Like I'll just start doing like maybe I'll just go into like do like join clubs as like very business focused because like maybe that's what I'm interested in at that time. And then maybe I'll come back into podcasting. Like it really depends. But like talking about like the production quality and like being professional and stuff, like yeah, like I think because right now it's literally just me and Henry that's like pretty much producing all of this.
Mhm.
And like I know like for audio it's pretty easy. No shade to like other podcasts who just do audio, but like doing
Girls know
audio.
best.
Oh, okay.
Oi!
Yo,
What?
you know,
What?
honestly, I don't even think they'll listen to this. So yeah, like
Yeah.
no shade to them, but it's like
yeah.
if you're just doing audio, like the process is pretty easy. In terms of like you just need to record your audio. You can like somewhat edit it. Like you can put background music.
Yeah, editing
that's about
videos is a
it.
lot easier.
Like
than
editing
actual
like the audio
videos.
is like pretty easy. So it doesn't take that long to do it, but yeah, like doing the video and everything, it does take a while. Like it's not difficult, but it takes time.
Yeah, it takes.
So for me, it's like when school starts again, I think I really want to I really want to get like a club going
Yeah.
or something to help us with pretty much like production and management and like everything like that. Like if
Yeah, 'cause we need- we
if
need-
you're
we
listening
need-
to
we need
this, if you're
people
listening to
helping.
this, if you're listening to this and you want to help out, you know,
hit us
drop a
up on the No
hit us
Caf
up.
Podcast.
E-
Yep,
even if
DM
like
us.
and also like we're probably planning like I don't know I probably want to ask Alec to like help me with like because like Alec can probably help me with like finding people who want to
Yeah.
get experience and stuff. So yeah, like probably want someone to help us with
Mhm.
production and management and stuff like that. Just because, dude, like doing
It's
this
a lot of work to
it's
like edit,
it's time consuming.
and then we need to like start doing the marketing, right? Like they have to like
and we have to promote it and
you have to
stuff,
promote
so,
it and all kinds of stuff too.
yeah.
And
It does
yeah,
take a while.
we also want to have like more editing on the podcast, not like the actual podcast itself, but like I want like a proper intro and a proper outro, like you know, cool edits with music and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to do, but I personally don't know how to. So if anybody that have the ability to do that, please hit us up for you know, working experience and all kinds of stuff. So yeah,
Oh.
that's probably gonna be the future of that.
Anything else?
Anything else you want to know,
about,
Alec?
Why is it called the No Caf Podcast?
I thought we
I
Oh,
see.
I like
I
didn't watch the
I like
last
didn't
bit.
watch
Nah,
the
it's
first
okay.
one. Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
watched the
It's
first
okay. It's okay. You're a busy man. I understand
It's fine.
that.
It's fine.
You're
It's
a
fine. It's
busy
okay.
man. All right. Quan started it up. Quan started it. So I want him to
So
explain. Yeah.
pretty much like, I came up with a name, I think. Like, but we agreed on it. So pretty much what happened was, like, we never really talked about what we were gonna call it.
Oh, it's
So
pretty funny.
I was just thinking like, what should I call it? Because I don't know, like there aren't that many interesting names that we can use, that we can personally relate to. But like when I just thought about it, like what is like one of the I remember I was talking to somebody, I don't know who, but we were talking about how like this one person keeps like drinks coffee like every time. Like every time we see them, every day they're always drinking coffee, right? And then like that made me thinking like a lot of high school students drink coffee, like excessively, because they don't really like have a good sleep schedule, and they're always tired, so they need to drink coffee. And that's when I started realizing, like, since our podcast, one of the things that we want to talk about was like problems in like high school. Like just one of the things we might cover on was like problems in high school and stuff. I thought that I don't drink coffee, or I don't consume caffeine, and neither does Henry. Fuck.
Please call me Harry.
Dude,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god.
Yo, shut the
Yo,
shut the
anybody
fuck up.
wanna hit me up
No,
for
no,
a
no.
new co-host? Yo.
No, dude, you have to understand. Dude, don't worry, dude. I have a friend named Harry, and I call him Henry all the time. Okay, like.
That doesn't make it better either. That's
No,
just
it doesn't
worse.
make it
What
better.
the
But I'm
fuck?
sorry. It's just a mistake. But like,
Okay.
anyways, we move
I
on.
forgive you. I forgive you. We move on.
We were like, let's call it. I wanted to call it the No Caffeine Podcast,
Oh.
right? But then like,
Yeah.
but then Henry was like, let's call it the No Caf Podcast. I was like, it's shorter.
Yeah, it's shorter.
It
It's more
sounds
catchy.
kind of better to the
Yeah.
tongue, I guess. And also,
Shorter
it sounds
the
like
better.
It sounds like no cap, which is I guess like
which
kind
a
of
lot
like
of
the
people
wordplay.
say these days. Why not?
And a lot of people say these days, but like that shit was already taken. So we're just like, let's just call it the No Cap Podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's pretty much
That was the
how.
version. Yeah, I
that's how we came up with the
originally
name.
wanted to call it HQ. It's Henry and Quan, but like Quan was just like, yo, that's such a fucking vanilla fucking name, dude. Just go for something else.
Dude, that's like
So we
calling
ended
it.
up-
That's like calling it the Henry and Quan Podcast. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, I know, but like HQ sounds kind of cool, dude. Like, come on, man.
No, I don't know. Like,
It should have been Voice Knows Better.
voice notes.
Oh,
my God.
Oh shit!
Oh,
shit!
dude,
Nah, bro.
If you're part of the Girls Know Best podcast and you watch this far, then
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
mean,
for your
if-
support.
if-
Thank you for
thank
the
you for the support,
Thank you
honestly.
for watching this
Wait,
far.
If you're listening this far already, like, literally, I'm just kidding.
Dude, our
You know.
watch time, dude, I swear to God, our watch time on average per viewer is probably like 4 or 5 minutes.
No, I
But
checked.
it's probably-
Well, it's like 10 minutes. Wait, no,
Okay,
it's not 10.
that's-
It's like
no, it's
like
less
5.
than 10. It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5
so if
minutes.
you've already watched
Yeah.
this far, then
Yo,
I mean, good
hats off
job,
to
I
you.
guess.
Like, respect,
Like,
honestly. Okay.
but you better be like doing something else while listening. Like, you better be doing work.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah,
just
guys.
like sit and like watch this, because that's
that's
really unproductive,
Yep.
honestly.
I
you're
know we're
just-
entertaining and all, but like, guys, come on, do something else. All right, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
damn, it was.
that was
I
pretty
think,
fun.
yeah, it
That's
was
pretty
pretty
fun.
fun. Listening,
I
talking to you.
got to. Well, I mean, I knew most of the stuff because
Yeah.
Alec and I are like, we're buddies now. We're friends. So
Yeah.
I know some.
Yeah.
I know most of the stuff. So, I
But,
still
but
think
for
it's
me,
pretty
as
interesting.
an outsider, never talked to Alec before. Seems like EduBeyond it's legit. It's really something that could help out other students who are struggling with their schoolwork. Like, and I get to know like how the intricacy and how like things work within the organization. It's pretty cool too. And yeah, that will be it for the podcast. Thank you, Alec, for coming on to the
Yeah,
podcast.
thanks for
Honestly,
joining
really
us.
cool
Thank
guy. Plug edu.org one last time.
EduBeyond.org or
Yep.
or just follow Alec on Instagram. Do whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have him on again in
Maybe,
the future.
maybe,
Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe once like EduBeyond is like, I don't know, like the biggest nonprofit organization in the world, we'll have him back on or something.
Well, of course, have him back
Um,
on because that's a
Because
big
he's
achievement.
a cool guy. He's a cool
Yep,
guy. The
he's a
fact
really
that
cool
he
guy.
accepted to do this with us, you guys have to understand, it's
Like,
already pretty cool.
That's
so.
already pretty cool because we only made one podcast. even
We
though it
only
was
had
a
one
really
episode.
yeah it was a really cool like episode, but like like for him to just come on and talk with
Don't
us like this
yeah.
is
It's
it's
very
pretty
nice of
cool.
him.
It's pretty
So
cool. I
go show him
respect him
some
for that.
support on EduBeyond.
Yep.
Refer your friends, your parents' friends, whatever, to
And your
EduBeyond.
parents for English
And your
help.
parents.
And parents.
Parents,
If
and
you're
your
watching
parents.
this and you're like a parent, dude,
Yep.
welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. This is what kids are
yeah.
doing these days.
So,
All right.
all right,
Thank you, Alec.
guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Until next one.
Yep.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
So once again, I would like to thank you guys for watching our podcast. A big shout out to Alec for coming on and being a guest. If you guys are interested in what he's doing, please go and follow EduBeyond on Instagram. The link is right below. Go visit his website, edubeyond.org. If you guys have any, suggestions, please comment down below. And if you guys appreciate what we're doing and enjoyed our podcast, please drop a like and subscribe. To get further updates on upcoming podcasts, please go follow us on Instagram at the No Caf Podcast. And that is it for today. Peace.